Hello, thank you for joining RasPipKr tutorials. I'm Martin Parker, and in this tutorial I'm going to talk to you about divmod. Divmod sounds like a superhero, but it's very useful, and I'm going to show you a couple of examples on how you could use it. It's part of your built-in library, so you do not need to install it, but if I run the help on divmod, it gives you a tuple in return, and it gives you the value divided by and the remainder as well. So if I say that seconds is equal to 125, okay, and then if I put minutes, and we'll put mins, and we'll put secs is equal to divmod, and then we want to add in our seconds. There's 60 seconds in a minute, so if I press there, and if we look at how many mins, it's 2 minutes, and how many seconds, 5. Okay, so it's 2 minutes and 5 seconds. So what we'll do is we'll create a I'll create an actual file rather than just a function in the shell. So we'll bring up our tutorial.py, and we'll get rid of pretty much all of this, because I'll use my tutorial.py for all of the tutorial stuff. Right, so basically we are going to take an input, and we're going to add in how many seconds we're going to actually do it for. We're going to create a timer that will count down. So this will be an integer input. This will be enter a countdown timer in seconds. Let's put a space in there. Like so. So we've got our seconds. And basically what we'll do is we will, while true, it's going to keep going. In fact, let's we'll call this timer is equal to true. While timer. So basically, whilst the timer is running, and when we get to 0, the timer will change to false and it will drop out of the while loop. So we've got our time in seconds. What we need to do is we need to get the minutes and the seconds from the divmod in return from the seconds that we've passed in, and divided by 60. And if we're putting in a longer time, we want hours, and mins is equal to divmod, and this will be the mins by 60. So we've got our minutes, hours and seconds, and what we're going to do is we're going to create a string. So this will be the time underscore left. So this string will be a string, and it'll be, we'll put a placeholder on it, and then there, another placeholder there, and we'll use another placeholder, and basically that's going to be the string, but we're going to dot format, and the first one will be the hours, the second one will be mins, and the next one will be the seconds. Okay, so we've created our string. So what we need to do is we want to have it on screen, so we'll print the time left, and we need to get it to actually go back to the end of the line. So I need to have the \r, and that'll take it back, and then the end needs to be nothing, basically. So it's going to print that and put it back, and then we need time.sleep 1 second, and we're going to check. We need to check if the timer is down to so if the hours is equal to 0, and the mins is equal to 0, and I've put the caps lock on, and the seconds is 2 of them is equal to 0. So all the timers run down. Print timer finished, and we will then tell it that timer equals false, so we'll get out of that loop. If not, time.sleep.1, and then we need to actually seconds to remove a minus. Whoops. Minus equals 1, and that will equal itself, but it also remove 1 from it. So that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's it. I'm happy with that. Just run over it. Right, so I'm going to save this and I'm going to run it, but it's going to cause a problem when you're running it in a Python shell in the IDLE. So if I do it for 5 seconds, you'll see what happens. What is the problem here? Sex is not defined. Thought I put it as seconds. Come on, mouse. What are you doing? Whoops. That should be just sex. 4 seconds. Can't use the same value as I had there because that would cause a problem. So let's start again. So we'll do 5 seconds. Yeah, you see how it's doing it, but it's doing it in single digits. So what we need to do is we need to change the format. So there is another built-in function called .zfill. I'm going to put that to a 2 and do that for these other ones as well. .zfill 2, and if we run it this time, we'll do 5 seconds again. What? I need to put it as a string as well, because the zfill is a string. It needs to be a string. So silly me. Let's make that full screen so you can see it all. There we go. So that should work now. Should work this time. So there we go. We've got our 0 zeros. It's counting down. Gets a 0. Timer finished. Done. sorted. Ace, amazing. But it's going that way, so it doesn't really work in the Python shell. And the way it's supposed to be is that it goes back to the beginning of the line. So if I bring up my terminal, and if I Python3 and it's called tutorial.py, how many seconds do you want to use? See, now it's counting down properly, and then it says timer finished. That's it, it's done. And if I press up arrow on my keyboard, I get the same previous run. And this time if I do 15 seconds, that will count down. Now I've never really used Mu or Phony, the other IDLE Python software that's built in on the Pi, but let's give it a shot. So let's go to programming. We'll go to Mu first. As you can see, it's the first time I've ever used it. Yeah, we'll go with that, whatever it was. Go away. And we want to load in our script, which is in the Pi and tutorial. So if I run that, enter the time in seconds, so we'll go with 5 just to test. It goes downwards on this one. So there you go, that's the difference. So we'll get rid of that one, and we'll try out the Python IDE. Give that a shot. Well, I was messing around with a previous script. Let's get rid of that. That's the one I've just created. So let's run that. How many seconds? 5, and see if it goes. Oh, it does. It does it exactly how it would work in the terminal. So that's a good thing to know. So there you go. That is a few examples of how you can use the divmod built-in function on Python 3. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.